Good morning, everyone. Ryan coming back at you here with a video response from my good buddy James Fighton52. Not an issue, folks. He brought up a topic he wants us to talk about, and I thought it was a good one. This is one that I want to do a video on for a long time now, and I know it's not the first time anyone's talked about it. I know it's not the first time anyone's debated about it. I'm glad, nonetheless, you created some chatter in the community. I really have enjoyed the responses that I've seen. I don't really think this topic is taboo. Again, I go and I stress it's not an issue. And I'll go into that. In the conversation that he's trying to bring up is what you think, what are your beliefs on what can happen with just becauses and gifts. First, I would like to say, realize that there'll never be a standard. So just listen, not just hear it, listen to everything that everyone is saying right now. Listen to all the videos, and just keep that in your bank. Because this is no different than marriage and politics and finances, and now just becauses. We are all entitled to have different opinions on how we conduct ourselves and all of the above. Okay? And in anything that I say today, I want the conversation to have a foundation of respect, and it to have a foundation of handling your shit like a man, and a foundation of the golden rule and treating others how you want to be treated. And once you can do that and utilize that in your life, even outside of cards, like, you're going to be A1 status. Just realize, though, that like everyone here has their right to their own opinion. First Amendment, thank God for that. I know my my ancestors, they all fought for that right. There's never going to be a standard. So just respect that. And respect your other friends on here and your other non-friends that we have to cohabitate with. Respect that. I will go again to saying this is a non-issue. Like, the conversation of just becauses versus gifts is not an issue. It's a topic, because you're entitled to your opinion and you can be right. And I can be on my soapbox and I can be right too. Neither of us are wrong. Okay? And another thing, like, cards in my world are secondary. Every relationship I've made on here, cards are secondary. Like, so I'm not, like, we're too blessed to be stressed, fellas. And, like, I'm not going to make this a stressful chat. I'm just going to put my opinion out there. When it comes to a genuine concept of what a gift is, and a genuine concept of what a just because is, in its true form, equates to both having no expectations. And I'm saying, when I send you something, this is my stance on it. Keep this in your bank. You may not agree with me, but just keep it in your bank so when you deal with me up the road. I have no expectations. When I send you anything, I mean, I've seen Smitty talking about, if you want to buy crack, buy crack. I saw Frank talk about, if you want a new pair of Jordans, you don't have the money for it and you don't love what I sent you, go buy you some Jordans. So what I gave you. When I put this card in your mailbox, I no longer have a vested interest in it. I genuinely don't care. When I send a just because or a gift, which now I'm to the point of doing, like, I don't even do trades anymore. Like, I feel like there's a lot more value in my overall experience in the card community. I just really just send out, like, just becauses. That's what I do. So just realize that if you ever get one from me, or if you've ever gotten one from me in the past, like, I bought you card A or maybe stack A, I bought you those because I know you like player A, or I know you enjoy team A, what have you. I know you like those players. I don't necessarily know if it's going to fit perfectly in your PC. I don't know if it's going to fit like a glove. And nor should I have any vested interest if it's going to necessarily. If I know you're building a set and I know you're missing something, obviously it's going to go right perfectly into your PC. But if it doesn't, that's fine. And just realize that I'm sending you something to say, hey, like, I appreciate you, I respect you, I love you as a friend, and I just wanted to, like, make your day by sending you a little piece of bubble mailer and some cardboard in between it, and I hope you like it. And when I say that, I mean, I hope I can, I don't know, shed some positivity in your world via a care package. If you don't love those cards, I would It is beneath me and it should be beneath most people in this community. If it doesn't fit in someone's PC, you have no place. You have no place to tell them. You have to keep it, though, because I sent it to you. You have no place. Holy cow. Like, I'll say this too, and I've said this in the past, and maybe it's too blunt. I think, though, in the heart of my heart, like, for people to dictate what each other are doing in each other's collections is no different than me calling you up and telling you how to raise your kids, okay? Or how to run your finances and shit. It's out of line, frankly. So I'm telling you, when I send you a card, it hits your mailbox, I have no more vested interest. You do with it whatever you want. If you want to keep it PC for life, which P.S., let's just kill that term. Like, if you want to keep it forever and give it to your kids, then that's awesome. I'm glad I hit the nail on the head. I don't all the time, and I'm sure I don't the majority of the time. I try, but if I don't get mad about it. We are too blessed to be stressed, to ever have any animosity, to have any wars waged. We don't have, like, friendships lost is not that deep for cardboard, man. Cards are secondary in my world, like I said, so I'm going to stay true to that and say when I give you something in the mail, it's yours. Do with it what you want. If you want to sell it and put it towards something else you've really been looking for your PC, but like you didn't have the money to do it, I almost take more pride in that, knowing that, like, man, I was able to help this guy get something he really wants. That is the whole point of this gift and just because thing, from my vantage point, is that I have no expectations. The moment it hits your mailbox, man, I'd say the only classless kind of thing is when I see it up in, like, for sale for trade videos the next day. I mean, that's kind of like, whatever. Like, I can be hurt about it, but then again, I also, in my heart, like, when I'm telling you, like, I have no expectation. I really can't be mad about it. I can be like, whatever. But Matt, probably Cloudy said this perfectly. You know, maybe up the road then, I might not send stuff to that guy again. I'll still respect them as a friend and as a person. But, you know, I won't necessarily, like, be sending them stuff. I know you're going to pop it up in a for sale for trade video the next day. Like, I'm going to get other people I could send stuff to. And that's fine. But I'm just saying, the moment it hits your mailbox, please do with it what you will. I don't care what you buy with it. I hear all these rules. There's so many rules. Big Dog put it perfectly. There's too many rules. It's like, and just realize I go back to, there's never going to be a standard. You're never going to be able to say, well, because you collect Manning, it puts you in a different conversation. It doesn't, man. That's my guy. And it has been since it was unpopular to be a Colts fan and then he was drafted. Like, it doesn't matter that I collect Manning and someone else collects fucking Jamarcus Russell. The conversation's the same. It's the same debate. Like, and you could say it's not, but I mean, it can't be a double standard. Call it what it is. There's too many rules of, like, how long is it appropriate to hold on to something if you don't want it necessarily? Like, and I'll also say, dude, if I send you something, don't call me, don't text me, don't PM me. I don't give a shit that you're selling it. I don't give a shit that you're trading it. If it helps you get to where you want to be in your end goal, it is not my place. It's not my place by any means, or by any stretch of the imagination. Like, you don't need to come to me like, bro, I'll send it back to you. Like, when did that come into play? Like, I hear people saying that to me, and I'm like, that sounds kind of silly that we had to, like, as grown men, like, I'm 27, and I shouldn't have to ask another 40-year-old man, like, hey, I'm thinking about getting this. Is it okay if I move this? Like, I have to answer to one person when it comes to, like, finances and what I do with stuff. That's my wife. Married men out there, you know what I mean. And unmarried men out there, enjoy while it lasts. I'm just saying, sorry, my battery's almost dead. Don't come to me. Like, I know we're friends. You know what I'm saying? If I'm sending you something, it's because I have love for you, and I have love for the hobby, and I want to do whatever I can to try to enrich your PC. And by that, I mean, it's not dictate where your PC is going. I mean, do with it what you will. If you want to keep it, great. I did a good job. If you want to move it because you want to put towards something else, that's great too. Also realize that there are a lot of things that I've moved in the past because I know that there's something that's super scarce that came up. I don't have the funds, I know that maybe some of the things I've sold up the road are either a dupe or it's something I can acquire again up the road because it's not super short printed. Doesn't mean I disrespect what I got in the mail. It means like, here's some real life shit for you. Here's real life scenarios. And like, sometimes if I don't jump on that, I may never see it again. And I'm not comfortable sleeping at night knowing that. Does it make me a bad person? Not necessarily, because this is a topic, not an issue again. And just keep that in your bank. I'm rambling. I'm really fucking sorry about that. Again, I could talk about this all day. I'll go back to respect each other, be good to each other, realize that we all need to respect each other's opinions. You don't have to agree with me, but that also means that doesn't mean you are inherently allowed to be a jackass. Concept of a genuine gift and a just because, you should have no expectations. If I send you just because, I'm not one of these little 12-year-olds that are like, oh, by the way, I also PC cult, so if you ever want to hit me something back, please do so. Here's my address. I'll never do that to you. I send just because with no expectations of receiving anything up the road. Or if I send out a gift, no expectations. And that is our only rule. If you want to talk about rules and like, and how you conduct yourself, that is the only rule that we should all agree on. Is that like, if you actually think about a term of a gift or just because, or even after a trade, I have no expectations. I want you to have fun. I want you to be happy. I want this hobby to stay strong. And I think any of this other clash of opinions is so not warranted and absolutely detrimental to us moving forward. I'm going to close out because I'm just talking forever, and I could. There's no room for controversy. There's no room for animosity. I mean, I send more than I receive. I have since I joined the community, and I'll be damned if anyone tries to dictate what I do with my PC. You don't know my situation. You don't know my budget. You don't know my etc. Like, at no point, like, we should never know each other's, like, our budgets, what we're doing on a daily basis, like what we buy on Sundays. Like, I don't care. Like, it's not my place. So I'm saying, like, if you buy, sell, trade anything I send you, that's not my place. It's not my place to have an opinion on it. Because the moment it hits your mailbox, that's yours. It's yours to do what you want with it. And I sent you it because I know who you are as a person, and I respect you as a friend, and that's not going to change after what you do. It's just not any of my business what you do with your time, your money, or your shit. Just respect each other. Enjoy our interaction, enjoy the hobby, and enjoy each other and our differences. At the end of the day, if you can just respect, handle your shit like a man, and live your life by the golden rule, you're going to be straight. You're going to be good. And on this topic, not issue, of just becauses and gifts, if you have that foundation, you're going to sleep well at night. If I've ever sold something, or you have found my eBay, and you were like, man, I'm hurt about that. You know what? Like, you're allowed to tell me you're hurt, and we can have some context, but just keep this in your bank. Like, I have moved stuff in the past, and I don't feel bad about it. Maybe I should. I don't know. But I'm just saying my stance is, it is what it is. I mean, you've heard it now in the last 13 minutes. God bless you for listening. And I'm sure this has been really broken up, and I could have been a lot more direct. But, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if this turned out how I wanted to, but if I send you anything, do what you want with it. Period. Respect each other. Period. Keep this hobby strong. Period. And that's all I got for right now. I want to talk about it more later, but I think we all have a general bell curve opinion on this. And I think the majority of the people that are making videos are in the breast of the bell curve. And that's fine. And the people that are outside of the bell curve, you know, like on the downslopes, I respect you. Whether or not you respect me, I respect you. And I respect your stance and your beliefs and what you're doing in the hobby. So I just ask you to do that for me too. And that's all I got. Have a great weekend. And that's all I got. Peace and blessings. Deuces.